This is my quick, simple, easy, get the stench out, no stink cloth diaper wash routine. I've been doing cloth diapers off and on for over 10 years. There have been some tweaks and changes along the way, some learning curves. I think I finally have landed on the easiest, straightforward wash routine. Haven't had any issues with for years. Let me share that with you and let me know what you think. Today I wanted to discuss cloth diapers, specifically washing the cloth diapers. Baby poo of any kind, whether it's disposable or cloth diapers, is never any fun. Nobody ever wants to play with that stuff. But in cloth, we get to play with it. Well, yes, we get to play with poo. So we don't want the diapers to be stinky. So let me show you how I get my cloth diapers nice and clean. I get the poo, I get the stench out, I get all of that done in a relatively quick, simple, easy washing routine. Let me show you. You should be able to do it too. We have a front loader. This is an LG. If you're going to do cloth diapers and you need to buy a new machine, I highly recommend doing a top loader because you can soak them and do a lot more with them. But I have a front loader. So with this type of machine, you just want to make sure that you have the longest cycles possible for them so that you can get the most soaking time and the rinsing time and all of that kind of stuff. Because the problem with the front loaders is you don't use as much water, therefore they're not always as saturated. They're not soaking in it like the top loaders are. With any machine, you want to make sure that you're not overfilling it or underfilling it with the amount of diapers, because the agitation is what's actually going to help also get the waste and everything off of them. So it's kind of, you have to finesse it. You'll know when you start putting them in there if there's too many, because you just want to make sure there's enough room for them to swish around, agitate each other, but not too much to where they're just going to be stagnant like this. And then you also want it to have enough to where they're not just flinging around like there's 5 diapers in there or whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and put my diapers in. Then I will go over the soaps, all that kind of stuff to get the urine smell out. Stuff I do to make it no stink. And you do want to turn your bag inside out to make sure that it gets clean. So the type of detergent that you use is also going to play a role. If you're using the strong corrosive kind, I call it corrosive because they will break down your diapers, like the Tide and things like that, the mainstream brands, especially those with fragrances, which I do not recommend. The amount will depend on that. So we're using the Azure Clean Washing Time fragrance-free powder. So just load however much you're supposed to. And we will be doing a regular wash, and then I'm going to also load the pre-wash. And then also I do back out because that helps get the urine out, the ammonia. You don't have to do this with every load. You don't have to do it at all if you don't want to. This is just something that I choose to do because it keeps the stink out. And it keeps urine burns from happening. Because if you don't clean them properly, you can get the buildup and it can burn your baby. So this is just something I do probably once a week, if that, maybe. If I do it if I've noticed he's had a very concentrated urine smell. And I just pour this into the pre-wash with the soap. Just maybe like a 1/4 cup. If you don't want to do this, you can also use vinegar. And then that's basically it for what I use. Then I'm just going to do a large wash. So we're going to do, for me, I've tried jumbo, I've done that. Heavy duty and bulky also work. I'm going to do heavy duty. Take mine off turbo, and then I add 3 rinses, the pre-wash, and then I move this to hot water And I make sure my soil is on heavy. And then I just go. And this usually goes for, usually over 2 hours is what it's washing for. All of this gets stuck and basically adheres to the washing machine. So it takes a little bit to pry it off. Ta-da. And you want to use little wool balls. You can put essential oils on these and throw them in. If you want some nice smell. I used to do that with like lavender and all that. Not tedious for me. But if you miss fabric softener and all that other stuff, putting that on here is a good thing. And that will help keep the diapers and the wipes from sticking to the inside of your dryer. They'll actually fluff up and everything. And then basically whatever your dryer has. So for me, I do a time dry, medium, high, and my high, the longest I can do is 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'll do 1 cycle, then I'll take out my covers, the bag, anything that should not be in there long on high heat. And then I will do another 45-minute cycle on high heat with what's left of like the cotton fabrics. And that usually works. You can see how stuff gets stuck here, and then the balls. So I'll let this run twice. The other option is if it was nice outside, I could hang them and sun them out, and that would get rid of that yellow baby poo stain that you saw on it from the baby. It would sun it out and it would get rid of that yellow stain, but it's December 31st. Not gonna happen. So dryer it is. I could do it inside, but that would take a long time. It would probably get a little musty smelling, and I want no stink. This is no stink. If I had a wood stove, I could hang them by the wood stove. That would work effectively. But for me, in the middle of winter, not having a wood stove, this is it. And it is a high efficiency one. This thing is old though. This thing is, oh goodness, how old is my oldest? 11, so it's probably about 12 years old, 13 years old. Can't believe this lasted this long. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. But anyways, you can put them in the dryer, hang dry them either inside by a wood stove, not recommend them without, or outside. Or if you have like a wall heater, maybe if it's radiant heat, just you want something that isn't gonna make it sit around for a long time because they're so thick. They wouldn't dry without that musty smell, and you don't want that.